Hi guys, welcome back to this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. Sri Lanka taking on Pakistan today at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Pakistan are still alive in this tournament and they can still make it through to the semi-final. In fact, the match is happening at the Palakkele International Cricket Stadium today. Sri Lanka taking on Pakistan at the Palakkele International Cricket Stadium in Palakkele. So Pakistan still have a chance of making it through to the semi-final. Pakistan need to win this match by 65 runs or more than that if they want to progress through to the semi-final of this Men's T20 World Cup. And surprisingly, Sri Lanka have won the toss and elected to bowl first because Sri Lanka have struggled in run chases in the Super 8 stage of this tournament. They couldn't chase down 147 against England, then they couldn't chase down 169 against New Zealand. At this same venue, they couldn't chase down 147 against England. So, very surprising that Sri Lanka have opted to bowl first. And also, considering the fact that Pakistan, the hardest job for Pakistan will be to chase down a total of 150 or 160 in 13 overs. Because there was another scenario where Pakistan need to chase down the total in 13 overs if they want to make it through to the semi-final. So that will be the hardest job if Sri Lanka bats first and posts 160, 170, because in Sri Lankan conditions, it becomes very hard to chase down totals. Chasing down totals itself is hard, and then imagine chasing it down in 13 overs. So it's a very surprising decision that Sri Lanka have opted to bowl first, and it gives Pakistan a realistic opportunity of winning by the required margin and trying to overtake the run rate of the net run rate of New Zealand and try to qualify for the semi-final. There's no chance of rain today. 1% chance of rain is basically no chance of rain, so full play will happen at the Palakkele here. Obviously, chasing is a much better option at the Palakkele International Cricket Stadium, but we have seen how Sri Lanka have struggled in run chases in this particular Super 8 stage of this tournament. They are not even able to score 100 runs. So that is a huge concern as far as Sri Lanka are concerned. And both these teams have made a few changes to their playing 11 today. Obviously, both openers of Pakistan are out in the middle. Fakhar Zaman promoted to open the batting today. Fakhar Zaman and Saibzada Farhan opening the batting for Pakistan. Saibzada Farhan has been in the best form possible. Dilshan Madhushanka has the new ball in his hand. He will be bowling the first over for Sri Lanka. Saibzada Farhan has scored a century in this tournament, few half centuries as well. He's been in superb form. They're all in readiness here to get going. First ball, a crucial match here. Decide who will go through to the semi-final. That's a full delivery. And Saibzada Farhan flicks it straight to mid-wicket. Dot ball to start. We'll just go through the changes made by both these teams. Sri Lanka have made two changes today. Kamil Misara and Janith Liyanage come into the playing 11 in place of Kusal Mendis and Dushan Hemanta. Very surprising decision. Obviously, Kusal Mendis not playing could be a huge blow for Sri Lanka actually, because he is one of those experienced batters for Sri Lanka in T20 cricket. And Pakistan have made three big changes. Khawaja Nafeet, Nazim Shah and Abrar Ahmed are back into the playing 11. So they have strengthened their bowling and batting. It's a full delivery driven straight to covers. Another dot ball. Babar Azam, Saim Ayub and Salman Mirza have been dropped. So Pakistan playing with a full strength team today. Shaheen Afridi and Nazim Shah with the ball. That's a gun pace attack, and then they have Usman Tariq, Abrar Ahmed, Mohammad Nawaz and Shadab Khan. Four spinners they are having as well. So it is going to take some doing for Sri Lanka here. Even to not concede the winning margin, they need to bat well. Because seeing Sri Lanka's batting in this tournament, it doesn't look a good sign coming into this game. That's a full delivery driven down the ground to mid-off, and Saibzada Farhan gets off the mark with a single. So Pakistan clearly look as the favourites to win this game, but at least can Sri Lanka stop them from winning by 65 runs? That is the biggest question. Because a normal win won't help Pakistan qualify for the semi-final. They need to win by that particular margin. Only then they can qualify for the semi-final, and they will be most likely facing South Africa in that semi-final if Pakistan qualifies. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. The New Zealand had their game yesterday. Unfortunately, the last 3 overs, Glenn Phillips, Mitchell Santner couldn't defend the total. Otherwise, New Zealand would have qualified yesterday and Pakistan would have been eliminated. It was so close yet so far. And now it gives Pakistan an opportunity. That's flicked away leg side by Fakhar Zaman. Gets off the mark and might push for 2 here. And they will get 2. Another couple of runs. Fakhar Zaman gets off the mark with a couple of runs. Obviously, another reason why I wanted England to win yesterday was with New Zealand, you don't want them to face India, because if New Zealand had won yesterday, they would have finished as table toppers in this group. And that would have made them face India if India beats West Indies. You don't want to get into that scenario. India versus England semi-final is much better, is what I was feeling. And rightly so, England won it. But the problem now is New Zealand's semi-final hopes are hanging by a thread. Comes down the wicket, goes leg side, it's in the gap I think, and that'll run away for 4. So first boundary of the innings, Fakhar Zaman using his feet and hitting it leg side and getting the boundary. So last ball of the over coming up. Full toss, driven again, straight to covers though. And another dot ball to finish the over. So 7 runs came from that over. And Pakistan are now 7 without loss after 1 over. So Dushmantha Chameera is a new bowler into the attack for Sri Lanka. Somehow though in the Super 8 stage, particularly in this particular group, Sri Lanka are the worst team. They have played the worst cricket compared to all the other 3 teams. Because it's the batting that has been the problem. If Pathum Nissanka doesn't contribute, the whole batting is falling apart. That is not a good sign as far as Sri Lanka are concerned. Yes, Chameera. That's on the patch, flicked away by Saibzada Farhan towards deep square leg. Might push for 2 here. And they will get it. Another couple of runs to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. This time flicked away again, down the ground to long on. And another single for Saibzada Farhan. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. The thing is, whatever total Pakistan scores, you deduct 65 runs from that total. And that is what Sri Lanka need to get to knock Pakistan out of this tournament. But the problem though is, the last 2 matches, the way Sri Lanka have batted, it's realistically possible for Pakistan to achieve that margin. Because just imagine, Sri Lanka lost against England by 51 runs. Then they lost against New Zealand by 61 runs. So it has not been good for Sri Lanka actually in this particular stage of the tournament. That's cut away by Fakhar Zaman towards deep point. And picks up another single. I think if we just if we try and think rationally, I think Sri Lanka opting to bowl first in Palakeli is actually a good decision. But the only problem is Sri Lanka have not been good while chasing totals, particularly in this stage of the tournament. Yes, they chased down 181 against Australia. But ever since then, against England, you couldn't chase 147. Previous match, your run rate didn't even cross 6. Goes big, leg side, straight to short fine leg. Another dot ball here. The previous match against New Zealand was, I don't know what they were batting actually. 169 runs to win. They only scored 107, batting out their entire 20 overs. It was a complete joke actually what Sri Lanka did in their previous game against New Zealand. Definitely you need to bat at a better net run rate. Definitely you need to bat at a better run rate if you want to chase down those totals. They definitely want to win matches, right? But Sri Lanka's batting has been a huge disappointment. No doubt about that. That's driven away in the gap. And that'll run away for 4 as well. First boundary for Saibzada Farhan. Beautifully placed in the gap there. Raced away for 4. Sri Lanka need early wickets here. Last ball of the over coming up. Particularly you need the wicket of this man who can be very, very dangerous. Saibzada Farhan. Last ball of the over coming up. That's full. It's driven down the ground to mid-off. Ooh, hesitation was there, but missed fumble at mid-off has allowed Saibzada Farhan to pick up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over. Pakistan are now 16 without loss after 2 overs. So Dilshan Madhushanka continuing into his second over. Even Madhushanka hasn't been that effective actually. Very, very surprising. Really good bowler, but he has replaced Madisha Patirana, but still has not been effective in this tournament so far. As Farhan comes down the wicket, goes over the top, over covers, and that'll be 1 bounce, 2 bounces, and into the boundary for 4. So again, aggressive intent here from Saibzada Farhan. Straight away putting the bowler under pressure with the boundary. The second ball of the over coming up. This time driven back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Dilshan Madhushanka. The third ball of the over coming up. And he goes down the ground here, and that's all the way for 6. A flat 6 from Saibzada Farhan. Once again in the slot from Madhushanka. And Saibzada Farhan clearing his front leg, clearing mid-off. His first 6 of this innings here. And it comes to the bat of Farhan. So Pakistan off to a flyer here. Remember, whatever target they are defending, it's minus 65 runs. That's flicked away leg side, straight to square leg. Another dot ball from Madhushanka. Already 10 runs from this over. Saibzada Farhan has been single-handedly playing those knocks for Pakistan in this tournament. Again off to a good start here. Can Pakistan make it through to the semi-final today? They should be happy they are playing against Sri Lanka, not a better team. A better team won't give you opportunities. The Madhushanka changing angle around the wicket. And that's driven again straight to covers. Another dot ball here. One more delivery left in this over. 10 runs from this over so far. The last ball of the over coming up. Full again, driven down the ground to mid-off. Another dot ball to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over from Madhushanka. And Pakistan are now 26 without loss after 3 overs. They could have played Naseem Shah in this tournament much earlier, I think, Pakistan, instead of playing it in this particular match. And what would have happened if New Zealand had won yesterday? Pakistan would have been out by now. This is not the first time where Pakistan, from the brink of elimination, they are trying to make it through to a semi-final or a final. We have seen it before. They call it Kudrat Ka Nizam. And Pakistan has been the team that has been helped the most by Kudrat Ka Nizam. If anyone wants to rewind back to the Men's T20 World Cup of 2022, Pakistan were down and out in that edition, Men's T20 World Cup 2022, but suddenly then Pakistan had lost to India and Zimbabwe in the group stage. Then suddenly, when we all thought Pakistan were done, Netherlands defeated South Africa. And that opened up a path for Pakistan to go through to the semi-final. Then they made it through to the final. Obviously, they lost the final to England, but still they made it through to the final. From a nowhere situation, they're almost one step away from the trophy. So, every time this happens with Pakistan, actually, they are never really out until they are fully out. That is the thing with Pakistan. Mahesh Theekshana, the new bowler, into the attack, single to start the over. Farhan back on strike. Sri Lanka looking for breakthroughs. Sri Lanka has a quality bowling attack. We saw they had they brought New Zealand to 84 for 6 in their previous game, but unfortunately let the game slip after that. Because if Sri Lanka had won that match against New Zealand, I think that would have given real confidence to Sri Lanka coming into this game. Because Sri Lanka would have also had a chance to make it through to the playoffs if they had beaten New Zealand. But because they lost that game, now Sri Lanka are out of contention for the semi-finals. Only Pakistan are fighting here. That's cut away, it's in the gap, and that'll run away for 4 as well. Another boundary for Saibzada Farhan here, third boundary for him. Boundaries are flowing for Pakistan. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Quicker delivery and Farhan drives it down the ground. Picks up another single. So Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. Rivals in the commentary box as well, Sangakumar Sangakkara and Wasim Akram. And Fakhar Zaman goes big and goes all the way for 6. Over long off. That's a fantastic shot, using his feet and smashing it. Over long off for a maximum here. His first 6 in this innings, and Tikshana put under pressure straight away in his first over. Last ball of the over. Quicker delivery, guided towards short third man, was looking for the single, can't get it. So a dot ball to finish the over. 12 runs came from that over from Tikshana, and Pakistan are now 38 without loss after 4 overs. And then tomorrow is the last day of the Super 8 stage, where Zimbabwe will be taking on South Africa. Obviously, that match doesn't have much significance because Zimbabwe are already eliminated and South Africa have already qualified for the semi-final. But although South Africa will want to continue their winning momentum going into the semi-final, and then India will take on West Indies to decide who qualifies in the other group. The second semi-finalist from the other group will be known tomorrow as well. Winner of that match will face England in the semis. The Chamira now into his second over, and Farhan goes big and goes miles back. That's all the way for 6 over long on. So Farhan joins in the action, picks up another 6 here, and this is some start here for Pakistan. What a way to start the over. Chamira bowling it in the slot, normally a good bowler. Farhan capitalizing on it. Second ball of the over coming up. That's full again, driven through the covers, and that'll run away for 4 as well. 6 followed by 4 from Farhan. Chamira put under pressure once again. Current run rate already 11.08, looking dangerous for Sri Lanka. Now 10 runs from the first 2 balls of this over. Chamira feeling the pressure here. Will he continue to go big? This time it's on the pads, flicked away by Saibzada Farhan towards deep mid wicket, and picks up another single. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. With 3 more deliveries left in this over. This time defended towards covers, and Fakhar Zaman picks up another single. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. This time it's driven down the ground, driven towards covers. Another dot ball from Chamira. 50 comes up in just 4.5 overs for Pakistan. Positive start, particularly when they need to win by a run rate margin. So last ball of the over coming up. That's driven down the ground towards long on and picks up another single to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over, and Pakistan are now 51 without loss after 5 overs. An opening partnership of 50. When was the last time we saw this from Pakistan actually? And Pakistan are playing with a really strong team, promoting Fakhar Zaman up the order to open the batting, along with Saibzada Farhan, who can do no wrong in this tournament. He's been batting on a different level. Sri Lanka have been very, very disappointing in this tournament, and that's why there's no hopes that although Pakistan need to win by a margin, the way Sri Lanka have batted in this tournament doesn't give any confidence. Dasun Shanaka is the new bowler into the attack for Sri Lanka here. Captain bringing himself into the attack after a long time. And it doesn't work because it's pulled away for 4 first ball. Too short on that occasion from Shanaka. And Farhan dispatches it. What a way to welcome Shanaka to the bowling crease. Starts with a boundary. It looks like Sri Lankan fans are coming to the crowd only to watch disappointment. All the 3 matches, the Sri Lankan fans have been stunned to silence. Something needs to be done by Sri Lanka. I don't know what it is. Second ball of the over. And it's punched again back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Shanaka. Good comeback after conceding the boundary. The current run rate is now 10.31 already. And Pakistan have quality fast bowlers, quality spinners. And Sri Lanka have been vulnerable in the previous 2 matches. So definitely Pakistan are fancying themselves to try and post a big total here. Oh, he goes for the big shot. Appeal for LBW, maybe missing the leg stump. He'll get through for a single as well. One leg bias it is for Farhan. So yesterday it was Pakistan who were depending on England to defeat New Zealand. Today New Zealand are dependent on Sri Lanka. A team depending on other teams. How many times you have seen that in tournaments? Swings and misses there. Fakhar Zaman. There's another dot ball. So 5 runs from the first 4 balls of this over. Brave on Shanaka to bring himself into the attack, particularly when runs are flowing like this. Sri Lanka need to bring their spinners into the action. They brought Tikshana for 1 over, he got hammered. Need to bring their slower spinners like Velalage. Dushan Hemanta is not playing today. Maybe some experimentation. Now that Sri Lanka are out of the tournament, just trying to rotate a little bit. Comes down the wicket, cuts it away over the top, and that'll run away for 4 as well. So using his feet here, Fakar Zaman just over the top of that field red covers, and another boundary. So 1 more delivery left in this over. Runs are flowing, crowd stunned to silence. They've been silent all throughout this Super 8 stage. Last ball of the over, again down the track, again hammers it in the gap for 4 more to finish the over. Back-to-back boundaries to finish that over. 13 runs came from that over from Shanaka. And the launch phase is over. Pakistan are now 64 without loss after 6 overs after the power play. And it's also the time for the drinks break. Mahesh Tikshana now continuing back into the attack into his second over. Come to the end of the drinks break. The opening partnership of 64 from 36 balls. The victory margin needed for Pakistan is 65 runs. So whatever runs Pakistan score after this has to be defended. That is the simple scenario. Basically 14 overs left. It's like a 14 over game. Whatever runs you score after this, you'll defend it in 20 overs. There's Tikshana. Farhan on strike. Quicker delivery. Punch down the ground by Farhan towards long on. And picks up another single to start the over. So Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. Tikshana coming around the wicket. And Fakhar Zaman comes down the wicket again, and that goes over, covers for 4. He's been using his feet really well so far, Fakhar Zaman. Again targeting Mahesh Tikshana there and succeeding in doing so. So 4 more deliveries left in this over. They need to bowl a little quicker through the air, I think, Tikshana. If he gives it air, Fakhar Zaman is using his feet. Yes, that's much better. Quicker delivery on the pads. Looking to flick it away. It's gone off the pads. Another dot ball. That is the pace you need to be bowling. 3 more deliveries left in this over. It's a quicker ball, and Fakhar Zaman punches it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. This is a flying start actually for Pakistan. We've never seen this kind of start with the bat. 2 more deliveries left in this over. It's driven again down the ground. Good fielding by Tikshana. And another dot ball. The last ball of the over coming up. It's another quicker ball, punched down the ground to long on and picks up another single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, and Pakistan are now 71 without loss after 7 overs. So there's a bowling change here. Dunit Walalage is the new bowler into the attack for Sri Lanka. Saibzada Farhan is on strike. As tossed up, Farhan goes down the ground to long off and picks up another single to start the over. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. Ball will be spinning into Fakhar Zaman. It's outside the off stump, goes for the cut shot, doesn't make contact. Another dot ball from Walalage. Opening partnership still continuing for Pakistan here. The bigger the opening partnership, the bigger the problems for Sri Lanka. Although you all remember the match against Australia where Australia got an opening partnership of 104 in around 8 overs. From there, Sri Lanka pulled it back and bowled them out for 180 and chased it down. That's a full delivery. Looking to flick it away. It's gone to third man. Another dot ball here. A full delivery from Walalage. It's another full ball. Fakhar Zaman hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. 2 more deliveries left in this over. And that's cut away by Farhan. It's in the gap. And that rises away for 4. Beats that fielder at deep extra covers. Farhan is racing away here. 6th boundary for him in this innings. The last ball of the over coming up. Another quicker ball pulled away again by Farhan towards deep mid wicket. Picks up another single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, and Pakistan are now 78 without loss after 8 overs. So the Sun Shanaka now back into the attack. Interesting changes, bowling changes here. And that's cut away by Farhan towards deep extra covers. And I'll push for 2. We'll get another couple of runs to start the over. And they get to 160. Sri Lanka were bundled out for 95 against England. So maybe Pakistan can do the same thing. Half century here for Saibzada Farhan. His golden run of form in this tournament continues. 50 from just 32 balls with 6 boundaries and 2 sixers at a strike rate of 156.25. Outstanding knock. Crucial game, must-win game. That's cut away by Farhan towards deep extra cover, towards long off. And they'll pick up another couple. Oh, in fact, an overthrows as well. And they'll pick up another run. 3 runs completed by Saibzada Farhan there. Sri Lanka, they're looking very, very... I don't want to use... they're looking very, very pathetic actually, in all honesty. Fielding, bowling, batting, nothing is nothing is going right for them. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. Shanaka coming around the wicket. New Zealand unfortunately depending on a depleted Sri Lankan team to do a job against Pakistan today. That is not helping their cause. That's guided away to short third man. And another dot ball from Shanaka. I think that washout between New Zealand and Pakistan didn't help New Zealand, because that was probably a match which New Zealand would have fancied to defeat Pakistan, but that got washed out and the points got split. And that is why Pakistan are alive in this tournament, because imagine if Pakistan had lost to New Zealand and they had also lost to England, they would have been out of the tournament by now along with Sri Lanka. It's just those small margins. But it's always seen in these ICC tournaments, the rain, everything, the Kudrat Khanism, most of the time it always favors Pakistan. I don't know how. As we see another single here from Saibzada Farhan. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Seven runs have come from this over so far. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. Slow ball, cut away in the gap again, and that'll run away for 4 vacant spaces towards deep extra covers. And another boundary for Fakhar Zaman. 11 runs have come from this over, still one ball left. How do you stop both these batters? The opening partnership is continuing. The last ball of the over coming up. And that's guided away towards third man and picks up another single to finish the over. 12 runs came from that over, and Pakistan are now 90 without loss after 9 overs. Sunit Walalake now continuing and starts with a wide outside the off stump. Has to reload that one again. Another wide. Back-to-back wides from Walalake. This time quicker ball, cut away again by Fakhar Zaman towards deep point and picks up another single. This time again, cut away towards covers and another dot ball from Sunit Walalake. 3 runs have come from this over, still 4 balls left. They should score 200 from here, Pakistan. But although they need wickets here with Sri Lanka, let's cut away again towards deep extra covers. Picks up another single. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. And Fakhar Zaman goes over the top of covers, 1 bounce and into the boundary for 4. Raining boundaries, continues to find the boundaries here. Fakhar Zaman with his 6th boundary in this innings, moves to 40 from just 22 balls. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's a full delivery, flicked away by Fakhar Zaman down the ground to long on and picks up another single. In fact, another couple of runs and 100 comes up for Pakistan. 100 comes up in 9.5 overs without any loss of wicket. 100 opening partnership of 100 runs between these two batters. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's cut away again. Down the ground to long off. Good fielding at long off. And another couple of runs to finish the over. So 12 runs came from that over from Sunit Walalake, and Pakistan are now 102 without loss after 10 overs. So 10 more overs left in this innings. Mahesh Tikshana is back into the attack. Saibzada Farhan is on strike. And it's swung away again down the ground by Farhan towards long on and picks up another couple of runs to start the over. This time another quicker ball cut away by Farhan, straight to covers. Another dot ball here. Oh, moves across his stumps, swings and misses. There's another dot ball from Tikshana. This time punched away towards covers again, and Saibzada Farhan picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Fakhar Zaman is back on strike. Again comes down the wicket, drives it towards deep extra covers. Oh, good fielding and deep extra covers. And another couple of runs for Fakhar Zaman here. One more delivery left in this over. 5 runs from this over so far. I don't know what to say from Sri Lanka's point of view. It's not looking good for them. Looks like inevitably Sri Lanka might just lose this game, but at least don't concede the winning margin which Pakistan need. Because Sri Lanka's batting is absolutely one of the worst batting lineups you'll ever see in Super 8 stage of this tournament. Goes for a drive, appeal for a catch. Umpire says not out. A good over from Tikshana there. 5 runs came from that over. And Pakistan are now 107 without loss after 11 overs. So Zunit Walalage into the attack, and straight away Saibzada Farhan goes down the ground, over long on for 6. Great way to start the over. Once again tossed up from Walalage. And Farhan says thank you very much, deposits it over long on, and for another 6 to start the over. That's cut away again towards covers. Another dot ball from Donit Velalage. This time full delivery, driven down the ground to long off. And Saibzada Farhan picks up another single. Fakar Zaman is back on strike. That swung away leg side, it's in the gap again, and they'll run away for 4 as well. And Fakar Zaman gets to his half century. 50 from just 27 balls, with 7 boundaries and 1 6, at a strike rate of 185.19. And both these batters are taking apart the Sri Lankan bowlers at the moment. And Fakar Zaman goes big, goes over deep mid-wicket for 6. Another 6 in this over. And Velalage doesn't know where to bowl. 17 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Is this the worst Sri Lankan team to ever play cricket? I doubt. So last ball of the over coming up. That's a full delivery, and Fakar Zaman hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single to finish the over. 18 runs came from that over from Velalage, and Pakistan are now 125 without loss after 12 overs. Mahesh Deekshana now back into the attack, and Fakar Zaman goes over the top. Oh, good effort at deep extra covers, and Fakar Zaman will pick up another couple of runs to start the over. The second ball of the over coming up. Full toss, and he goes big. Fakar Zaman, he's got that one. That's all the way for 6. Missed his length there, Deekshana. Fakar Zaman will not miss. Deposits it over extra covers for another maximum. The opening partnership still going strong here, even after 12.2 overs. So I think New Zealand's T20 World Cup campaign is in danger here, big time danger. And it could be another T20 World Cup where New Zealand might be missing the semi-final. They haven't made the semi-final since 2022. Goes for the big shot, doesn't make contact. Another dot ball from Tikshana. So New Zealand promised a lot actually in this T20 World Cup, but such is the format of this T20 World Cup. It's so brutal that one defeat can potentially end your hopes of making it through. And I think New Zealand are really sweating here because Sri Lanka are not helping the cause. They're not able to take wickets. Again comes down the wicket, hits it down the ground to long on, and Fakhar Zaman picks up another single. So most likely I think Pakistan, the way they are going at the moment, 200 plus looks inevitable. And the way Sri Lanka have been batting in this tournament, winning by 65 runs doesn't look difficult at all. So either way, Pakistan are looking as favourites to qualify for the semi-final. New Zealand might have to go. There's another quicker ball punched down the ground to long on and picks up another single. But really New Zealand, I don't know what to do, because if they had won yesterday, they would have topped this group and they would have to face India in the semi-final. So anyways, you're going to lose to India and go out. So is it better to go out in the group stage with Pakistan winning by that margin today? I'm not quite sure, because last ball of the over coming up. Full toss and that's it down the ground to long off. And Fakhar Zaman picks up another single to finish the over. 11 runs came from that over, and Pakistan are now 136 without loss after 13 overs. So Janith Lianage is the new bowler into the attack for Sri Lanka. Fakhar Zaman is on strike. Goes for the paddle shot and gets it over fine leg, and that's all the way for 6. In fact, they're just enjoying themselves here, this opening partnership. Another 6 to start the over. Janith Lianake straight away put under pressure. So second ball of the over coming up. Pakistan will be coming to the semi-final, I think. Goes leg side again. That's over the top. That's 4 more. No one there at deep square leg. 6 and a 4 from Fakhar Zaman. So third ball of the over coming up. It's driven away by Fakhar Zaman towards covers and picks up another single. This time it's driven again down the ground by Saibzada Farhan towards long off and picks up another single. This time another full delivery and Fakhar Zaman flicks it away leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. 13 runs have come from this over, still one ball left. Last ball of the over coming up. Another full delivery and Farhan hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. 14 runs have come from that over. And the 150 comes up for Pakistan in just 14 overs. And would you believe it, opening partnership of 150 runs after 14 overs, and it's also the time for the drink break. So we come to the end of the drinks play break. 6 more overs left in this innings. Opening partnership still going strong. Looks like both these batters can get to their centuries as well. Hasun Shanaka now into his third over. Could it get even more worse for Sri Lanka? They did so well to defeat Australia in the first round, but ever since then it's all gone downhill. It's all gone so much down. That's down the ground again from Saibzada Farhan, straight down the ground for 6. Another 6 to start the over. So Shanaka also not able to stop the run flow. Saibzada Farhan continues. Second ball of the over coming up. That's full again. It's smashed down the ground to long off. And Farhan picks up another single. And New Zealand's tournament is finishing today. There's no doubt about that. Even if you need to score less than 65 runs in a 200 plus target, Sri Lanka don't have the batting either. Nisanka is not firing last couple of matches, and the rest of the batters have not contributed much. So for New Zealand to depend on a team like Sri Lanka is an absolute pity, actually, because I would say that this Sri Lankan team can be close to be called an associate team, in all honesty. It can't get worse than this for Sri Lanka. I mean, they don't have quality bowlers, they don't have quality batters apart from Nisanka. Kusal Mendis is also not playing today. I mean, how can you even think, okay, you're not going to win the match, even by a required margin. And even if Pakistan needs to win by 200 runs, Sri Lanka is ready to gift that away. That's pulled away again over fine leg. That'll run away for 4 as well. So the boundaries just continue to flow for Fakhar Zaman into the 80s now. Moves to 83 from just 40 balls with 9 boundaries and 4 sixers at a strike rate of 207.50. And it can't get worse than this for Sri Lanka. That's driven again straight to covers, and another single for Fakhar Zaman. 12 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over coming up. That's pulled away down the ground by Farhan. Oh, did that carry to long on? I'm not quite sure. Another single though to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over from Dasun Chanaka, and Pakistan are now 163 without loss after 15 overs. Five more overs left in this innings. Dushmanta Chamira is back into the attack for Sri Lanka. Still no wickets have fallen. Still the opening partnership is continuing for Pakistan. The highest opening partnership in this tournament so far for any team. Here's Chamira now bowling the 16th over. Around the wicket to Farhan. And he goes through the line. Farhan, it's in the air. High and handsome as well. Over extra covers for 6. Another 6 to start the over. Are they going to check whether it's a 6 or a boundary? I think they're going to check. That might have just gone all the way. It's just slipping away from Sri Lanka and New Zealand at the moment. It's given as a 6. So another 6 to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's driven away through the covers for 4 as well. 6 and a 4 to start the over from Saibzada Farhan, who is unstoppable at the moment. Moves to 86 from just 51 balls. Opening partnership of 173 runs between these two batters. So still not able to break the opening partnership. Saibzada Farhan on 86 from 51 balls. Fakhar Zaman on 84 from 41 balls. What has happened to Sri Lanka here? Third ball of the over coming up. New Zealand are going out today, I think. That's driven again through the covers, 2 as deep extra covers, and they're going to pick up another couple of runs. It's not a good thing to depend on other teams for your qualification. Although Pakistan were dependent on England yesterday, but England did help them. Now New Zealand dependent on Sri Lanka. It looks like Pakistan, if Pakistan makes it through to the semi-final, then one of the semi-finals will happen in Sri Lanka and one semi-final will happen in India. And most likely Pakistan will face off against South Africa in the semi-final if they make it. And just to give a stat, South Africa have never beaten Pakistan in the Men's T20 World Cup so far. And knowing South Africa's record in semi-finals and finals, that is also not good news for South African fans as well, because countless number of semi-finals have been lost by South Africa already. They've only made it to one World Cup final so far, that was in 2024, which also was lost by them. So there is every opportunity for Pakistan to make it straight through to the final if they win by the required margin today, because you never trust South Africa in a knockout match. That is one lesson that has been that is one lesson that I have learnt in white ball tournaments. Oh, he's chopped it on. So finally something for Sri Lanka here. Inside edge back onto the stumps. And the first wicket goes down for Pakistan, but what an opening partnership this has been. It was the full delivery there from Chamira. And Fakhar Zaman looking for the big shot once again, chopping it back onto his middle stump. The Chamira striking for Sri Lanka. How long has Sri Lanka been waiting for this? Finally they get their first breakthrough. 176 run opening partnership has been broken here. And Sri Lanka will breathe a sigh of relief, I guess now. Fakhar Zaman is gone after a magnificent knock of 84 from 42 balls. And Pakistan are now 176 for 1 after 15.5 overs. So Khawaja Nafe is the new batter to the crease for Pakistan here. Khawaja Nafe coming in at number 3. It's been a run fest so far from both the openers of Pakistan. Saibzada Farhan nearing a 3-figure mark, nearing another century. He's already scored a century against Namibia in this tournament. Looking to score another century here. And Khawaja Nafe is a good talented batter. The last ball of the over coming up from Chamira. Full toss and Khawaja Nafe hits it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single to finish the over. Khawaja Nafe gets off the mark with the single. So finally Sri Lanka getting a wicket in that over, although another expensive over from Samira. 14 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Fakhar Zaman. And Pakistan are now 177 for 1 after 16 overs. So 4 overs left in this innings. Dilshan Madhushanka is back into the attack. Still has a couple of overs left. That's full and Nafe hits it down the ground to mid-off and picks up another single to start the over. Sahibzada Farhan is back on strike. Full toss and Farhan slices it towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. So 2 singles to start this over. He goes down the ground. Khawaja Nafe, long on in play, takes the catch. They say 1 brings 2, and that is exactly what has happened. Khawaja Nafe dismissed early, 2 wickets in quick succession for Sri Lanka, and this time it's Dilshan Madhushanka who strikes, picks up the second wicket, was looking to clear long on there, unfortunately hits it straight down the throat of long on, and now Sri Lanka getting some wickets here. Khawaja Nafe goes after scoring 2 runs from 3 balls, and Pakistan are now 179 for 2 after 16.3 overs. Shadab Khan comes in at number 4. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Goes for the paddle shot. Oh, good fielding at short fine leg. And Shadab Khan gets off the mark with a single. So Farhan now into the 90s. Two more deliveries left in this over. Full toss. Farhan could have hit it anywhere, but hits it towards mid-off. Another dot ball from Madhushanka. The last ball of the over coming up. That's flicked away by Farhan down the ground to long on, and it beats long on into the boundary for 4. So another boundary to finish that over. Farhan moves to 94, and 7 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Khawaja Nafe, and Pakistan are now 184 for 2 after 17 overs. So 3 more overs left in this innings. Dushmanta Chamira now into his last over. He provided the breakthrough by dismissing Fakhar Zaman in the previous over. Shadab Khan is on strike. Oh, appeal for LBW here. That looks very, very straight. They might go upstairs for the review. Umpire says not out. And they have run 2 as well. Shanaka straight away goes upstairs. Is it pitching outside legs? I think that will be the only question. And that looked very, very straight. So suddenly, wickets starting to fall for Pakistan here. That is all they needed to do. They needed to break the opening partnership much earlier. I think it's pitching outside leg. It will be not out. It will be not out. That's the problem. While coming around the wicket as a fast bowler, pitches outside leg. That was the only question to look out for, whether it's pitching outside leg, pitching in line. It's pitching outside leg. So Shadab Khan will survive. Clearly pitching outside leg. So Sri Lanka have lost a review. Can't blame them. Desperate need of wickets. That's why they went for the review. Couple of runs from Shadab Khan. 2 leg byes it is. 2 runs on the board nevertheless. Second ball of the over coming up. And that's sliced away by Shadab Khan, and that's gone all the way for 6 over D point. So he starts with a 6, his first 6 in this innings. They've crossed 190 now, Pakistan. It's still 16 balls left in this innings. Misery continues for Sri Lanka here. In fact, it's given as a boundary. So third ball of the over coming up. 190 minus 65. The score is 125 now for Pakistan. That's a full delivery. That's flicked away by Shadab Khan towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Saibzada Farhan is back on strike. Oh, that's too wide. Too wide from Chamira. Has to reload that one again. Three more deliveries left in this over. 8 runs from this over so far. It's full again. It's drilled down the ground. Past mid-off, and that'll run away for 4 as well. Yet another boundary for Saibzada Farhan. Moves to 98 now with that boundary. His 9th boundary in this innings. Chamira also be very expensive today. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Let's cut away again by Sahibzada Farhan towards deep extra covers. And they're coming back for the second, are they? No, just a single. For Sahibzada Farhan moves to 99 now with that single. 1 more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. Full toss, swung away leg side by Shadab Khan. Oh, good fielding at deep square leg. Rare sight of good fielding today. And they're coming back for the second. Will be run out. Shadab Khan is run out. Is looking for the second run. Sacrifices his wicket. And another wicket goes down for Pakistan here. I don't think there was a second run available in that delivery. Things should have settled with the single, but came back for 2. And Shadab Khan is walking back. 13 runs came from that over from Chamira, including the run out of Shadab Khan. So there'll only be 1 run to the total, including the run out. Shadab Khan is gone after scoring 7 runs from 5 balls, and Pakistan are now 198 for 3 after 18 overs. So Mohammad Nawaz is the new batter to the crease. Dasun Shanaka is going to be bowling the penultimate over for Sri Lanka here. Mohammad Nawaz is a finisher. Sahibzada Farhan is on 99. Here's Shanaka, the penultimate over. Full delivery. Sahibzada Farhan goes down the ground, hits it towards long off, picks up the single, and it's another century here for Sahibzada Farhan in this tournament. His second century in this men's T20 World Cup. The previous century came against Namibia in the first round, and now here against Sri Lanka in Palakeli. Sahibzada Farhan has scored 100 runs from 59 balls with 9 boundaries and 5 sixers. At a strike rate of 169.49, he's been simply unstoppable in this tournament. I think only the match against India he didn't contribute. Apart from that, every other match he has scored a half century so far. And he's been superb with the bat in this tournament. 2 centuries in this World Cup. 2 centuries for him in T20 cricket as well. Mohammad Nawaz now on strike. I don't think Sri Lanka are going to win this game, but at least can they score 140, 150? I think that will be the target which Pakistan need to defend if they want to qualify for the semi-final. But Sri Lanka's batting lineup has also not helped. Pathetic performances against England and New Zealand, so they can crumble. Second ball of the over coming up around the wicket to Nawaz. That's driven in the air, straight to covers. And there's another wicket. Shanaka strikes, Nawaz has to go, and wickets falling here for Pakistan. Mohammad Nawaz driving it straight into the hands of covers. Shanaka getting the breakthrough. Suddenly too many wickets falling for Pakistan here towards the end. If only Sri Lanka had broken that opening partnership much earlier, it could have been much better. But anyways, Mohammad Nawaz is out for a golden duck and Pakistan are now 199 for 4 after 18.2 overs. So Salman Ali Agha is the new batter to the crease for Pakistan. The most unluckiest teams in World Cup history will forever be South Africa and New Zealand, I guess. They are always at the receiving end of all these tournaments. Four more deliveries left in this over. Third ball of the over coming up from Shanaka. Oh, that's a short ball. Salman Agha goes for the pull shot, unable to make connection. Another dot ball from Shanaka. Full toss, he hits it high in the air, there's no timing, fielder running backwards, takes the catch at covers. And another wicket goes down here. There's a full toss from Shanaka and Salman Agha got no timing whatsoever. Simple catch at covers. 5 down now Pakistan. Goodness gracious me. Wickets falling. 2 wickets in the over for Shanaka. If you don't mind, he's bowling the penultimate over. And is there still a glimmer of hope for Sri Lanka to restrict Pakistan? The captain Salman Ali Agha not making a contribution, out for a 2-ball duck. And Pakistan are now 199 for 5 after 18.4 overs. So Usman Khan is the new batter to the crease for Pakistan here. Comes down the wicket, it's up in the air, clears fine leg, and that'll run away for 4 as well. And the 200 comes up for Pakistan. Usman Khan gets off the mark with a boundary, 200 on the board in just 18.5 overs. And as far as minus 65 runs, 138 on the board for Pakistan with 7 balls left in this innings. So last ball of the over coming up. It's been a good over so far from Shanaka actually. 5 runs from this over including 2 wickets. Can he finish it well? He indeed can. Beautifully bowled. And another dot ball to finish the over. What an over from Shanaka here. Under pressure, just 5 runs coming from that over, including 2 wickets. And Pakistan are now 203 for 5 after 19 overs. So Madhushanka bowling the last over. Farhan hits it down the ground straight to mid-off. Another wicket goes. And it's the centurion. Saibzada Farhan was also walking back. 6th wicket down for Pakistan. What a way to start the last over for Sri Lanka here. Madhushanka gets a wicket, first ball of the last over. And what a collapse this is from Pakistan here. Wickets falling like 9 pins at the moment towards the end of an innings. Shows how unpredictable this game can be. 176 run opening partnership, and now they have lost 6 wickets. Saibzada Farhan is gone after scoring 100 runs from 60 balls. And Pakistan are now 203 for 6 after 19.1 overs. So 5 balls left in this innings. Shaheen Shah Afridi is the new batter to the crease for Pakistan. Is it the last recognized batting pair? I guess. They still have Naseem Shah to come in after this. 6 wickets have fallen for just 27 runs. And this is typical Pakistan for you. All they needed to do was break the opening partnership early. Madhushanka around the wicket. Full toss. Shaheen Afridi gets it past. Fine leg for 4. And they are also going to review it to check the no ball for the height probably. It was a full toss. I don't know whether it slipped out of the hand for Madhushanka there. Shaheen Afridi gets a boundary. So it is a fair delivery. That is some good news for Sri Lanka. Just a boundary for Shaheen Afridi. Ball is counted. 4 more deliveries left in this innings. That was indeed a loose delivery from Madhushanka there after bowling a good first ball. The minus 65 runs from this total. 142 is the score. But Sri Lanka unfortunately have disappointed with the bat in not having hopes from them to even score 140. Third ball of the over coming up. Back over the wicket. Oh, appeal for LBW here, and the finger goes up as well. Another wicket goes down for Pakistan. 7th wicket down. Are they going to get bowled out? No, definitely not actually. They won't get bowled out. Only 3 balls left, 3 wickets left. But 7 wickets have fallen for just 31 runs. What a turnaround in this game. Shaheen Afridi has gone for the review here. So I need to have a look at this one. Flat line as the ball passes the bat. Move on to ball tracking, pitching in line, impact in line, wickets hitting. So Shaheen Afridi has to go. 7th wicket down for Pakistan. Madhushanka gets his 3rd wicket here. Finger goes up once again. Shaheen Afridi is out for 4. Pakistan 207 for 7 after 19.3 overs. So Naseem Shah is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 9. With 3 more deliveries left in this innings, and Naseem Shah can certainly bat. We have seen him hit some big shots. No time to settle, has to go for the big shot. Here's Madhushanka. And Naseem Shah drives it towards deep extra covers and gets off the mark with a single. Gives the strike back to Usman Khan. Well, that's driven in the air. It's through the gap. Oh, misfield at deep extra covers. And they're looking to push for two here. Chance of a run out at the bowler's end. Big chance of a run out. He's gone. Another wicket down for Pakistan here. Comedy of errors, miscommunication between the batters. And it's Naseem Shah who sacrificed his wicket for Usman Khan, I guess. Was looking for the second there. I think Usman Khan wanted to keep the strike. So Naseem Shah had to sacrifice. And 3 wickets in the last over for Madhushanka here. I mean, including a run out. 8 down now, Pakistan. Naseem Shah is gone. What is the confusion here? I'm not quite sure. Naseem Shah is still waiting for something, hasn't left the field yet. But what a collapse this has been, from 176 without loss to 208 for 8. They're trying to check who is out. Naseem Shah is out. So Usman Khan will be on strike for the last ball. Naseem Shah will have to go. 8 wickets have fallen for just 32 runs. Goodness gracious me. Naseem Shah has to go, it's clear, because Usman Khan has stayed his ground. Naseem Shah is gone after scoring a run of ball 1. And Pakistan are actually 210 for 8 after 19.5 overs with 1 more delivery to go. So Abrar Ahmed is a new batter to the crease, but he's not going to be on strike. It's Usman Khan on strike for the last ball of the innings. That's a brilliantly bowled delivery, but he sliced it past that fielder. Will it run away for 4? No, it won't. Deep point comes around. Coming back for a second. It will be run out again, I think. They might go upstairs to the third umpire here. Could be another run out. Oh my goodness. Pakistan. They might check upstairs here. Could be another wicket to fall. 211 could be the score. Or has Usman Khan made it back? I think he has made it back, maybe. So 9 runs have come from that last over, including 3 wickets. And what a collapse this has been. But still Pakistan have managed to score 212 for 8 at the end of their 20 overs. Thanks to a fantastic 176 run opening partnership between Fakhar Zaman and Sahibzada Farhan. Sahibzada Farhan getting to his 2nd century in this tournament. 100 from 60 balls with 9 boundaries and 5 sixers at a strike rate of 166.67. And ably supported by Fakhar Zaman as well. 84 from 42 balls with 4 boundaries and 6 sixers at a strike rate of 200. But the reality is, once that opening partnership got dismissed, Pakistan have lost 8 wickets for just 36 runs. That is a huge collapse towards the end in the last 5 overs. But they've got themselves a total of 212 minus 65 runs. The total is 146, which they have to defend when Sri Lanka come out to bat. If Pakistan need to qualify for the semi-final, 146 is the magical number which they have to defend. 212 is still a decent total. They might defend 212, but they need to defend 146 if they want to qualify for the semi-final. So you can say a nice comeback from the Sri Lankan bowlers. It was looking hopeless until 15.5 overs was the time when Chamira got the first breakthrough for Sri Lanka. Until then it was all Pakistan. The openers were just having fun out there. But once the first wicket fell, everyone started to fall very, very quickly. But still, 213 is going to be a very, very tough target for Sri Lanka, who has struggled in the last two run chases. The previous run chase, they were 107. Sri Lanka scored 107 for 8 in their previous run chase against New Zealand, chasing 169. And then before that, against England, chasing the same 147 against England, they were 95 all out. So Sri Lankan batting hasn't looked promising in the Super 8 stage of this tournament. So I don't know, even 147 might be enough for Pakistan to win this game and qualify for the semi-final as well. New Zealand hoping against hope that Sri Lanka can at least get to that 147 mark, if not chase down the total of 213. So everything to play for in the second innings. A really good comeback from the Sri Lankan bowlers. But even though they made that comeback, 212 is a mammoth total posted by Pakistan. Highest ever total for Pakistan in men's T20 World Cups. So Sri Lanka, when they come out to bat, will need 213 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. If not, at least score 147 to help New Zealand qualify for the semi-final. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to the run chase here. Sri Lanka are now 20 for 1 after 2.4 overs. Kamil Misara with a 6 and a 4. Remember, the target for Sri Lanka is 213 alright, but the target which Pakistan are actually defending to qualify for the semi-final is 147. So according to that target, another 127 runs is what Sri Lanka are looking at. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Looks like a good batting wicket. Again, Pathum Nissanka dismissed early on in the innings. That's driven beautifully through the covers, and that might run away for 4, you know. Yes, it does. Another boundary in this over from Kamil Misara. 6-4-4 in this over. 14 runs from this over. Still 1 ball left. So last ball of the over coming up. It's driven again towards point. Try at the stumps. Misses the stumps. Another single to finish the over. 15 runs came from that over from Shaheen Shah Afridi. And Sri Lanka are now 25 for 1 after 3 overs. So Nazim Shah is into his second over. Kamil Misara is on strike. Sarita Salanka is a good batter. Sri Lanka can still believe that if they can continue to find the boundaries, they can maybe help New Zealand get through. New Zealand watching this game, hoping against hope that Sri Lanka get 147. That's driven by Kamil Misara towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. The Charita Salanka is back on strike. Another 121 runs is what Sri Lanka are looking at. Correction, New Zealand are looking at. Oh, that's too high. Given as a wide by the umpire. Nazim Shah has to reload that one again. Pakistan bowling with a full strength bowling attack today. Oh, that swung away leg side by Salanka towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Third ball of the over coming up. And it's driven away through the covers. Another gap found by Mishara. And another boundary here. So now the boundaries are starting to come for Sri Lanka. Fourth boundary for Kamil Misara in this innings, who is starting to look good. He's been quite out of touch so far. Is he going to find form today? Three more deliveries left in this over. That's full again, driven straight to covers this time. A dot ball here from Nazim Shah. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, looking to pull it away there. Slow ball from Nazim Shah. And another dot ball. So this partnership now 24 from just 14 balls. Back of the hand slow ball there from Nazim Shah. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's driven away again by Kamil Misara towards deep point and picks up another single to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, and Sri Lanka are now 33 for 1 after 4 overs. So Abrar Ahmed is the new bowler into the attack. A change in bowling here for Pakistan. Kamil Misara is on strike. Hopefully we won't see another crumbling performance from Sri Lanka. Oh, he's bowled him first ball. Wicket goes down. Kamil Misara going for the cut shot. Too close to cut, I think. Loses his middle stump. Second wicket down for Sri Lanka. Abrar Ahmed coming into the attack. Straight away strikes for Pakistan. And both the openers have been dismissed here. First Nisanka, now Misara was looking good. Has been dismissed here. There was a seam-up delivery from Abrar Ahmed there. And clipping the edge of the off stump. And that is exactly what Pakistan wants. Remember, they are defending 147. So a matter of another 114 runs. But Kamil Misara is walking back after scoring 26 runs from 15 balls. And Sri Lanka are now 33 for 2 after 4.1 overs. So Pawan Ratnaike is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 4. (114 more runs from 95 balls. Pawan Ratnaike has not contributed in the last couple of matches. Was out very first ball against England, and even against New Zealand he struggled big time. This is going to be the battle actually. The battle to watch out for. Pakistan spinners versus Sri Lankan batters. Sri Lanka have been undone by spin in their own home conditions in this tournament. And Pakistan have 4 spinners today. Abrar Ahmed, Usman Tariq, Shadab Khan and Mohammad Nawaz. So definitely they'll challenge the batters. That's cut away by Ratnayake, straight to point. Another dot ball. As far as Sri Lanka are concerned, they're in a dilemma now. Do we go for the shots? Do we go for the target, or do we go for 147 to help New Zealand qualify? As driven down the ground by Pawan Ratnayake towards long off, towards covers. Another dot ball. He goes for a sweep and gets it down to fine leg here. They might get 2. Couple of runs. Pawan Ratnayake gets off the mark with a couple. Kusal Mendes not playing today, and that is a huge blow for Sri Lanka. Although they are already out of the tournament, but still a consequential game. It's flicked away again by Ratnayake towards square leg and picks up another single. A 2 leg bys it is, so Pawan Ratnayake is just now getting off the mark with a single. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, almost spinning there. Hesitation! The stumps would have been gone if he had hit directly. They were not sure whether to go for the single or not. Eventually made it through. These are the small opportunities that Pakistan need to capitalize. 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Kamil Misara. And Sri Lanka are now 37 for 2 after 5 overs. So Nazim Shah now continuing into his 3rd over. And that's pulled away by Asalanka towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Pawan Ratnayake is back on strike. The 2nd ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's gone big leg side. And it's in the gap. It's 1 bounce. And into the boundary for 4. Attacking shot there from Pawan Ratnayake, clearing the infield. And picks up his first boundary in this innings. 105 is the number. 88 balls left. Third ball of the over coming up. That's cut away again. Oh, misfield at covers. And Ratnayake picks up another single. Now 104 it is from 87 balls. Charith Asalanka is back on strike. Oh, that's a short ball there. Asalanka went for the pull, unable to make contact. Another dot ball from Nazim Shah. Charith Asalanka has made a comeback into the playing 11 after quite a long time actually. He was initially the captain of Sri Lanka during that Asia Cup of 2025. But I wasn't there in the initial playing 11 in this tournament. They in fact tried Kusal Pereira as well for a couple of matches, but then dropped him, brought Misara back. They've been changing their combinations, still not figured out their combinations. Still have not found out their winning combination in this tournament. Oh, that's a good Yorker, and Asalanka defends it back to the bowler. Digs it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Chamira. The last ball of the over coming up. Well, that's short. It's pulled away by Asalanka. Has he got enough? Yes, he has. That's all the way for 6. Took on the short ball and clears deep mid-wicket. That's a great shot to finish the over. First 6 of the innings, and it comes on the bat of Charith Asalanka. And good over for Sri Lanka here. "12 runs came from that over from Nazim Shah, and Sri Lanka are now 49 for 2 after 6 overs after the launch phase, and it's also the time for the drinks break. So we come to the end of the drinks break, and it's Abrar Ahmed who is continuing into his second over, has figures of 1 for 2 in his 1 over so far. The equation for Sri Lanka is 164 to get from 14 overs, but the equation for Pakistan is 98 runs in the last 14 overs. That is the equation which Pakistan are defending. Pawan Ratnayake is on strike. Here's Abrar Ahmed. Oh, looking to flick it away. This is one weakness of Pawan Ratnayake, actually playing across the line to straight deliveries against spin. A dot ball to start the over. That's too wide. Too wide from Abrar Ahmed, given as a wide by the umpire. 50 comes up for Sri Lanka. 50 comes up in 6.1 overs. This time it's flicked away by Ratnayake leg side towards deep square leg and picks up another single. This time Sri Lanka pulls out the reverse sweep towards point and picks up another single. Only question will be, when will they bring their main bowler, Usman Tariq? He will be the one who can trouble the Sri Lankan batters. Oh, that's driven again down the ground by Ratnayake and picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Need to be careful not to lose a wicket here. Partnership of 20 from 15 balls. It's punched away again by Sri Lanka towards deep point and picks up another single. I think there's some dew also in Palekele today, which is not helping Pakistan, particularly when they are defending a 65 run less target. As Ratnayake sweeps it leg side, and that beats, no, good fielding actually at deep mid wicket. I thought it beat that fielder. Another couple of runs to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, and Sri Lanka are now 56 for 2 after 7 overs. So 92 runs is the magical number which Sri Lanka are looking for in the last 13 overs. And there you go. A bowling change here for Pakistan. It's Usman Tariq, who is the new bowler into the attack. It's very important to play him out sensibly here. Charita Sri Lanka on strike. Tariq around the wicket. Oh, looking to guide it away. Close to the stumps. Another dot ball to start the over. I don't know, was that a catching opportunity maybe for the keeper, but very tough catch. Dew is there, I think. Well, Sri Lanka goes for a sweep, and that's hit the gap as well. That's 4 more. That's a superb shot from Charita Sri Lanka. Batters always fear to target Usman Tariq, but Charita Sri Lanka bravely going for that slog sweep. and picks up another boundary. This time he goes down the ground. And how far has he got it? He's got it long enough. Sarita Salanka is doing something which many batters in the world are now fearing to do. Usman Tariq conceding a boundary on a six. This is a rare sight these days in T20 cricket. And Sri Lanka are looking good here. This time it's a quicker ball, cut away by Sarita Salanka towards deep point and picks up another single. So is Sri Lanka still going for the big target or are they going only for 147? 147 means only 80 more runs in 74 balls. It's gettable big time actually. 147 is gettable, but whether 213 is gettable, I'm not sure. Whatever it is, you need to keep wickets in hand. This time cut away again by Pawan Ratnayake towards point and picks up another single. 12 runs have come from this over. A very rare sight. Usman Tariq, their best bowler, going for runs. I think dew is also playing a part here. And I think it's good news for New Zealand if Sri Lanka keep going like this. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's guided away towards short third man. And Sri Lanka picks up another single to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over from Usman Tariq. And Sri Lanka are now 69 for 2 after 8 overs. So as far as Sri Lanka are concerned, it's 79 from 72 balls. As far as New Zealand are concerned, Sri Lanka are already out of contention. They are playing for New Zealand here. Abrar Ahmed now into his third over. Has figures of 1 for 9 in his 2 overs so far. Sarita Salanka on strike. Abrar coming around the wicket. That's flicked away by Salanka straight to mid wicket. Again a dot ball to start the over. It's cut away by Sri Lanka. Good fielding at covers. Got a hand on it. Oh, was that a catching opportunity? I'm not quite sure. I think it was. Maybe the catch has been put down here. Sri Lanka has picked up another single. 78 is the number now. 78 needed from 70 balls for Sri Lanka. For New Zealand. Well, Ratnayake moves across his stump, sweeps it away leg side. It's one bounce and into the boundary for 4. Taking on the spinners here, both these batters. Partnership now 41 from 26 balls. Second boundary for Pawan Ratnayake. And New Zealand are enjoying this. "74 from 69 now is the number. It's not 213, it's 74 for Pakistan to defend. And it's all looking like New Zealand are in control here. Oh, looking to flick it away, gets the leading edge towards point. Chance of a run out was there, but I think he's made it. I think Sri Lanka put in the dive there, has made it back, I think. So they have completed the single. 2 more deliveries left in this over. One leg by as it is. And I think Charit Asalanka has hurt his arm, I think. So he's calling for the physio. Charit Asalanka is batting well. They would want him to continue here. So he's back and ready around the wicket. Abrar. Oh, he's bowled him. Abrar strikes back. A big slog sweep attempted by Charit Asalanka and loses his off stump in the process. 3rd wicket down for Sri Lanka here. And this partnership has been broken. Asalanka has to go. It was a leg spinner from Abrar Ahmed. And a big slog sweep from Charit Asalanka, unable to make connection. So Asalanka is making the long walk back after scoring a good cameo of 25 from 18 balls, and Sri Lanka are now 75 for 3 after 8.5 overs. We are looking at 73 more runs for Sri Lanka. 73 more runs for New Zealand to qualify. They still have 11 overs. But Sri Lanka need to keep their wickets in hand. We have seen them falling in heaps. Still Janit Lianake, Dasun Shanaka and Velalake left to come. Last ball of the over. Goes for reverse sweep. Appeal for LBW. Finger goes up. And Kamindu Mendis reviews it straight away. Has he got bat on it? That is exactly what we need to look at. So an over which started expensively has ended with 2 wickets, I think. Kamindu Mendis has gone upstairs. So there is a spike as the ball passes the bat. So it will be not out, and they've also taken the single, have they? They have not taken the single. Maybe because the finger went up, the ball became dead. 6 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Charita Salanka. And Sri Lanka are now 75 for 3 after 9 overs. Kamindu Mendis survives, courtesy an inside edge. So Usman Tariq into his second over. Ratnayake on strike. That's a wide down the leg side. Appeal for a catch. It's given as a wide. Will they go for the review? They were appealing. I don't think they're not going to go for the review here. And the score is ticking along. 72 to get from the last 11 overs. This time cut away by Ratnayake towards deep point and picks up another single. Kamindu Mendis is back on strike. It's tossed up again, defended by Kamindu Mendis towards covers and gets off the mark with a single. It's tough to chase this target down, but we are looking at 70 more runs. This time driven again by Ratnayake towards deep extra covers and another single. This time guided away again by Kamindu Mendis. Will they look for 2 here? No, they are not. Just a single for Kamindu Mendis. Don't know whether Sri Lanka have given up on chasing the main target because the required run rate is 12.87. But it is about 148 runs with 7 wickets in hand. Well, he wanted the reverse sweep, then he went for the traditional sweep. It's gone through the keeper. And valuable runs here. Races away for 4. Another boundary here for Pawan Ratnayake. All important runs for Sri Lanka and for New Zealand. The last ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket and hits it down the ground to long on, and Ratnayake picks up another single to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over, and Sri Lanka are now 85 for 3 after 10 overs. So 10 overs left, 128 is the target. That's flicked away by Ratnayake. Can they push for 2 here? Towards deep mid wicket. Just a single to start the over. Abrar Ahmed into his last over now. Still no signs of Shadab Khan and Mohammad Nawaz. They still have 2 more spinners yet to bowl an over. Kamindu Mendis is back on strike. Surprisingly, Usman Tariq has been a little expensive today. That's shot pulled away by Mendes towards deep square leg and picks up another single. So we are looking at 61 more runs from 58 balls. Deep square leg. He's so good with the slog sweep. Picks up his first 6 in this innings. And now, as far as 148 is concerned, the equation is under a run a ball for Sri Lanka. This time it's smashed down the ground by Ratnayake towards long on and picks up another single. Kamindu Mendis is back on strike. It's 54 to get now. New Zealand are looking at 54 more runs from 56 balls. That's tossed up and Kamindu Mendis defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Abrar Ahmed. A very important 6 there from Ratnayake in this over. Oh, he's bowled him again. Another wicket goes down for Sri Lanka. Kamindu Mendis looking for the big shot. Missing it altogether. Abrar Ahmed, the last ball of his spell, finishes with a wicket. 4th wicket goes down for Sri Lanka here. Pakistan continue to take wickets. There's still 54 to get as far as Sri Lanka and New Zealand are concerned. The 3rd wicket for Abrar Ahmed in this innings. He finishes with 3 for 23 in his 4 overs. Kamindu Mendis is making the long walk back after scoring 3 runs from 6 balls. And Sri Lanka are now 94 for 4 after 11 overs. So Mohammad Nawaz is the new bowler into the attack for Pakistan. Still 54 needed for Sri Lanka here. They have 9 overs to get 54 runs to make New Zealand qualify. 6 wickets in hand. You need to keep looking at the wickets in hand at this stage. So Mohammad Nawaz coming around the wicket to Pawan Ratnayake. And that's driven away by Ratnayake straight to point. Dot ball to start the over. That's pulled away by Ratnayake. One bounce to deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. Janit Liyanage is the new batter to the crease. He will be on strike. Oh, that's edged and that's gone past the keeper, past third man, and they'll run away for 4. So Liyanage gets off the mark with a boundary. Valuable runs for Sri Lanka here. Score moves to 99. 49 is the magical number. That's cut away by Janit Liyanage towards deep point and picks up another single. 100 comes up for Sri Lanka. 100 comes up in 11.4 overs at the loss of 4 wickets. It's about 48 more runs in the last 50 balls with 6 wickets in hand for Sri Lanka. Moves across his stumps, flicks it away again. Ratnayake towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. Oh, he's bowled him again. Another one goes. And this time it's Nawaz. Goes through the defense of Janit Liyanage. 5th wicket goes down. It's not about the number of overs remaining, but it's the wickets that are going down here for Sri Lanka. Nawaz gets the breakthrough. Pakistan still in this. Still in the race for the semi-final. 5 wickets left. 47 runs needed for Sri Lanka and New Zealand. This game is not yet over. It's far from over. Janit Liyanage is on his way after scoring 5 runs from 3 balls. And Sri Lanka are now 101 for 5 after 12 overs. So Dasun Shanaka, the captain of Sri Lanka, makes his way out to the middle. Has not been in the best of form so far. But Sri Lanka losing wickets here is giving hope to Pakistan. 148 is the score, 47 is the number to get. They still have 8 overs, but the wickets are falling. Usman Tariq into his 3rd over now. Ratnaike on strike. Full toss on the pads, flicked away by Pawan Ratnaike towards mid-wicket and picks up another single to start the over. This time it's punched down the ground by Tasun Shanaka towards mid-wicket and gets off the mark with a single. This time it's driven again by Ratnaike towards deep extra covers. Picks up another single. I think Sri Lanka themselves are not going for the big target. The first target is to cross 147 runs. 148 is the target which is in front of them. 5 wickets in hand. That's cut away by Shanaka towards deep extra covers. They might push for 2 here. Deep extra covers does well. Another couple of runs for the Sun Shanaka. This time flicked away by Shanaka straight to mid-wicket. Another dot ball from Usman Tariq. Last ball of the over coming up. And it's defended again by Shanaka. Another dot ball to finish the over. Good over from Usman Tariq. Just 5 runs came from that over, and Sri Lanka are now 106 for 5 after 13 overs. So Dunay Tulalage still to come in, then Tikshana, Chamira, Madhushankar, tail enders are there as well. So this partnership becomes very important. Pawan Ratnaike batting on 34 from 25 balls. Mohammad Nawaz into his second over. Nawaz coming around the wicket. That's a quicker ball, is driven down the ground by Ratnaike and picks up another single to start the over. This time Shanaka comes down the wicket, drives it down the ground again to long off and picks up another single. third ball of the over. That's pulled away by Ratnayake towards deep mid wicket. Picks up another single. "38 more runs. Well, that's short and that's pulled away. That's all the way for 6. Short ball from Nawaz. Shanaka gets hold of that, deposits it over deep mid wicket, picks up his first 6, and that will release some pressure on New Zealand. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's cut away again by Shanaka towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. "32 more runs. The last ball of the over coming up. And he goes over the top, over covers, and that'll run away for 4 as well. Another boundary to finish the over. Expensive over from Mohammad Nawaz. 14 runs came from that over. And Sri Lanka are now 120 for 5 after 14 overs. So Sri Lanka are now 120 for 5 after 14 overs, and it's also the time for the drinks break. So we come to the end of the drinks break, and the bowling change here for Pakistan. Shadab Khan is the new bowler into the attack. We are looking at 28 more runs from the last 6 overs. So it's all about having your wickets in hand. Shanaka on strike. It's cut away by Shanaka towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. 27 now. This time it's cut away by Pawan Ratnayake towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. This time Shanaka comes down the wicket, hits it down the ground again to long on. Picks up another single. 3 singles to start this over. Singles will do nicely for New Zealand. It's 25 more now. Goes for a slog sweep here. Ratnayake, has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. Clears deep square leg. What a vital 6 that is. Gets the score to 129. 19 more needed now for Sri Lanka. Pawan Ratnayake moves to 47 from 30 balls. His second 6 in this innings. This time swings and misses. There's another dot ball from Shadab Khan. Last ball of the over. He goes again. And has he got that one? Yes, he has. Another 6. Another 6 to finish the over. Is this the game? 15 runs came from that over from Shadab Khan. Half century for Pawan Ratnayake under all sorts of pressure. 53 from 32 balls. He's doing this here for New Zealand. 4 boundaries and 3 sixers at a strike rate of 165.63. And Sri Lanka are now 135 for 5 after 15 overs with 13 more needed for New Zealand to qualify. .78 needed from the last 5 overs, but the magical number is 13. Pawan Ratnayake, a very crucial knock, and will they bring back Usman Tariq for one last over, one last push for the semi-final for Pakistan? The only way they can restrict 13 runs is to get these 5 wickets. Remaining 5 wickets within 13 runs. So Usman Tariq now, he hasn't gone wicketless in a T20 match so far which he has played. Shanaka is on strike. Tariq into his last over. And that's pulled away by Shanaka, and that's gone all the way as well. Another 6 to start the over. Raining 6s now. Second 6 for Shanaka. They have crossed 140 now with 7 more needed for New Zealand to qualify. This time it's flicked away again by Shanaka towards deep mid wicket. Might push for 2 here. And they will get 2. Another couple of runs. And the shoulders are falling now for Pakistan. Just 5 more runs is the number. Another 5 runs will finish it. Third ball of the over coming up. That's pulled in the air. Is there any fielder coming underneath it? No, it lands safely towards long on. And another couple of runs. And they're getting there here, Sri Lanka. New Zealand are going to qualify. New Zealand are going to qualify. Just 3 more runs. Just 3 more runs is the number. 68 from 27, but we are looking at 3 runs now for Pakistan to get eliminated. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Tariq hasn't gone wicketless in a T20 so far. That's cut away by Shanaka again towards deep extra covers. And picks up another couple of runs. They've gotten themselves to 147. New Zealand are celebrating. New Zealand are celebrating. Just 1 run needed now. New Zealand are qualifying here. What an effort this has been from Sri Lanka. That's driven down the ground. Fumble by Tariq. They've got the single. New Zealand are through. New Zealand are through to the semi-final. We have our third semi-finalist. It's New Zealand who have made it through. They would have had their heart in their mouth when Pakistan's opening partnership was going berserk in the first innings. But Sri Lanka have got the required number. They've gotten more than 147. New Zealand are through to the semi-final and they will most likely face up against South Africa in the semi-finals. Whoa, that would be a huge sigh of relief for New Zealand after losing yesterday's matches. They thought that they should have won. But now Pakistan haven't managed to win by the margin that they needed to. That's flicked away again by Ratnayake. They might push for 2 here. They will get 2. So another couple of runs to finish the over. Usman Tariq has gone wicketless in a T20 match for the very first time in his career. Every single match he has taken a wicket so far, but not to be today. 15 runs came from that over from Usman Tariq. And the 150 comes up for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka are now 150 for 5 after 16 overs with 63 needed from the last 4 overs. Okay, so New Zealand have sealed their spot. Now we just need to see whether Sri Lanka can get closer here. 63 from 4 overs. This partnership, 49 from 24 balls between Dasun Shanaka and Pawan Ratnayake. Outstanding partnership and heartbreak for Pakistan. They needed to win by that margin. They needed to restrict Sri Lanka below 147, but they couldn't do it. Wicket looks so good to bat on. And Nazim Shah bowling the 17th over here. Dasun Shanaka on strike. And he goes down the ground. And has he got enough? Yes, he has. Another 6 here from Shanaka. 50 partnership comes up with that 6. Partnership of 55 from 25 balls between Dasun Shanaka and Pawan Ratnayake. 57 needed from 23, still realistically possible. This time it's a short ball, it's pulled away to a short fine legs. I had the stumps. If he had hit the stumps, it would have been gone. But they have completed the single. And why didn't Sri Lanka play like this in their previous 2 matches? If they had played like this in their previous 2 matches, they could have themselves qualified for the semi-final. They are playing like this now, trying to give their fans some happiness towards the end of their campaign, and they have also eliminated Pakistan in the process. New Zealand are through to the semi-final. Third ball of the over coming up. Pawan Ratnayake on strike. Oh, he goes for the lap. Gets it over the top. Oh, good effort by that fielder, unable to catch it. And they'll come back for another couple of runs. Good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Pawan Ratnayake. 54 needed from 21. It's time to focus on the real target now. 148 has been achieved and New Zealand have already qualified. So just one more semi-finalist to be confirmed, and that will be confirmed tomorrow in the match between India and West Indies in the other group. This time a little bit of an inside edge, and Pawan Ratnayake picks up another single. So crucial partnership this is still giving Sri Lanka hope here. 53 needed from 20 balls, you never know. Another couple of sixes can turn the game on its head. Usman Tariq wicketless today, and that has hurt Pakistan in a very crucial way. The fifth ball of the over coming up from Naseem Shah. Oh, Shanaka swings and misses. There's a dot ball from Naseem Shah. So even if Pakistan defend this, it's not going to matter because they have been eliminated now. Their net run rate is not going to overtake New Zealand even if they win this from here. Last ball of the over coming up. That's a full delivery. Shanaka hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to finish the over. 11 runs came from that over, and Sri Lanka are now 161 for 5 after 17 overs. There's a double header tomorrow, Sunday, Super Sunday double header. Zimbabwe taking on South Africa in the afternoon, and then India taking on West Indies. But more focus will be on the match between India and West Indies because the winner of that match will confirm the fourth semi-final spot. So far it's England, New Zealand and South Africa have qualified for the semi-final. We need to know who is the fourth team, whether it's India or West Indies. So Shaheen Shah Afridi bowling the 18th over, 52 needed for Sri Lanka. That's flicked away by Shanaka towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. So both the semi-finals will happen in India. That is also confirmed because Pakistan have also not made it. Sri Lanka are also eliminated. So both the semi-finals will indeed happen in India. Second ball of the over coming up, Pawan Ratnayake on strike. I think that collapse towards the end is what hurt Pakistan. That's full delivery. Ratnayake going for the drive, missing it. Another dot ball from Shaheen Afridi. Pakistan collapsed from 176 without loss to 212 for 8. Losing 8 wickets. After a 176 run partnership, to lose 8 wickets at the end of 20 overs I think that is where it cost Pakistan a little bit. Otherwise, they could have pushed towards 220, 230. Ratnayake goes big. It's high in the air. Could be out here. And it will be. Catch taken at long on. But muted celebrations for Pakistan because they know that it doesn't matter anymore. Because they have been eliminated from this tournament. Ratnayake is on his way. But he has done his job. A brilliant innings from Pawan Ratnayake. At least he has given happiness to New Zealand fans who are watching this. Because New Zealand were hoping and praying that Sri Lanka crossed that 148 run mark. And Sri Lanka have done that. So New Zealand will be proud of this knock. Pawan Ratnayake is gone after scoring 58 from 37 balls. And Sri Lanka are now 162 for 6 after 17.3 overs. So 51 needed from 15 balls. Only a miracle can take Sri Lanka over the line here. Dunit Welalage is the new batter to the crease, very much capable with the bat. That's on the pads, flicked away by Welalage towards deep mid wicket and gets off the mark with a single. Sri Lanka will be telling to themselves, if only they had played like this in their previous 2 games, then they could have had a chance of qualifying. But not to be. In the same Pallekele Stadium, they needed to chase 147 against England. And they got bowled out for 95. So Sri Lanka will be ruining those missed opportunities. Shaheen Afridi coming around the wicket. That's another full delivery, sliced away by Shanaka, and that'll run away for 4 towards deep point. Shanaka looks determined here. Determined big time. He's playing a good knock. Another boundary. And still 46 needed from 13. Is there still some hope or Pakistan will win this? I'm not quite sure. So last ball of the over coming up. Shanaka needs to go big. Oh, that's a good Yorker. Shanaka digs it back to the bowler. Another dot ball to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Pawan Ratnayake. And Sri Lanka are now 167 for 6 after 18 overs, needing 46 to win from the last 2 overs. The semi-finals mostly will be England will take on the winner of tomorrow's match between India and West Indies, and Sri Lanka and New Zealand will take on South Africa in the semi-final. That will be the semi-finals. So one of South Africa or New Zealand are guaranteed a spot in the final once again to try for that elusive trophy. Shadab Khan bowling the penultimate over, starts with a wide. And can we see the miracle here from Dunit Welalage? Few sixes from him. That's flicked away by Welalage towards short fine leg and picks up another single. Shanaka gives himself room, goes down the ground and clears long off all the way for 6. Shanaka hasn't given this up quite yet. His 4th maximum in this innings, moves to 45 from just 22 balls with 38 still needed from 10 balls. .38 from 10, you need another couple more 6s. Quicker delivery, driven away by Shanaka. Down the ground to long off, might push for 2 here. And they will get 2. 36 from 9 balls. Need 3 maximums to make it 18 needed for the last over. Could be very, very interesting. That's too wide from Shadab Khan. Has to reload that one again. Extra run as well, 35 to get now. I'm looking at another couple of 6s probably from Shanaka. He goes offside, over the top. Has he gone all the way? Yes, he has. Another 6 for Shanaka. Brings up his half century. 53 from just 24 balls with 1 boundary and 5 sixers. At a strike rate of 220.83. He faced a lot of criticisms after the previous. After the defeat in the previous game, and now is he still keeping Sri Lanka alive in this run chase? This time again gives himself room, hits it down the ground to long off. And Shanaka picks up another single. 18 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. A 6 here will mean 22 to get from the last over, which is still possible. You're looking at 4 6s probably. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, Velalake goes for reverse. I don't know why he did that. That was a free hit. Could have maximized on it. Another dot ball to finish the over. 18 runs came from that over from Shadab Khan. And Sri Lanka are now 185 for 6 after 19 overs with 28 needed from the last over. So it's a really good effort here from Sri Lanka. After 2 dismal batting performances, this is a much better batting performance. They have got 185 on the board. If only they had broken that opening partnership of Pakistan much earlier, maybe they could have kept Pakistan below 200 and they could have pushed for this run chase. They could have even pushed for a win here. Shaheen Afridi with the last over. Coming around the wicket to Shanaka. And Shanaka slices it over the top and that'll run away for 4. That's a great way to start the over. 24 still to get from 5 balls. Starts the over with a boundary. So 4 6s basically in 5 balls needed for Shanaka and Sri Lanka. This one Shanaka 58 from 26 balls. There's one of them. He's got that one. Has he got it? Yes, he has. All the way over extra covers. Another 6 here. He's got one of those 4 6s that we were talking about. And now 18 to get from 4 balls. Can we see another 3 more? Third ball of the over. He goes again. Is it over deep mid wicket? Yes, it is. Another 6 here. Back-to-back sixes from Shanaka. And now 12 to get from 3 balls. 200 comes up for Sri Lanka here. And this game is still alive. Is the captain doing it? Moves to 70 from just 28 balls here. That's on Shanaka. 12 needed from 3 balls. Pakistan shoulders dropping. Well, we are looking at 2 more sixes in the next 3 balls. Here comes Shaheen Afridi again, Shanaka again. He goes again, over extra covers, and that's all the way as well. Back-to-back sixes from the Son Shanaka. And now it's 6 to get from 2 balls, 22 from this over. Oh my goodness. 6 to get from 2, 1 hit away now, Sri Lanka here. Dasun Shanaka is playing one of the best innings you will ever see in T20 cricket. One more hit away now. That's what exactly everyone are saying. Here we go. Back over the wicket. Oh, Shanaka goes for the lap. Misses it completely. Dot ball here. Shanaka is asking for the wide. Will he go for the review? Can you review a wide? I'm not quite sure. Why did he look for the lap shot? He was hitting it so well down the ground. The 6 to get from the last ball. He needs to clear this here. Last ball of the match. 6 to get. Oh, that's too wide. That's too wide, I think. Is it too wide? No, it's not. No, it's not. So it is over, I think. Oh my God, what a tame end there. What a tame end to the match. So it is back-to-back dot balls to finish off. But what an innings from Dasun Shanaka there. Almost pulled off one of the best run chases ever in T20 cricket. So close, yet so far. Almost did it there. They're just checking the last ball here. Oh, that was very, very close actually. That could have been a wide. But what a match we have seen. 4-6, 6-6 in the last over, and we all thought, okay, maybe Sri Lanka can pull out a win here. But then the last 2 balls producing dot balls, and Pakistan winning this game by just 5 runs. What a match we have had at Palakkele Stadium. Sri Lanka almost pulling off a heist towards the end. But Sri Lanka will finish the Super 8 stage without a win to their name. But at least they have done themselves a favor by helping New Zealand qualify for the semi-final. Pakistan unfortunately will have to go back, will have to go home. They are eliminated from the competition. So is Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka will be telling to themselves, where was this batting performance in the last couple of matches? Sri Lanka, last couple of matches, underwhelming batting performances. And Dasun Shanaka played like a man on a mission today. 76, unbeaten on 76 from 31 balls. with 2 boundaries and 8 sixers at a strike rate of 245.16. But unfortunately, just about not enough towards the end for Sri Lanka. It will be heartbreaking, of course, for Sri Lanka, but they were anyways out of contention for the semi-final spot. It was about that 148, with whether Sri Lanka could get 148. That is what we were looking at. But they have gotten themselves to 207. So New Zealand are through to the semi-final. So we have had now 3 semi-finalists are confirmed in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. It is England, South Africa and New Zealand who have made it through to the semi-final. One more semi-final spot is to be decided, and that will be decided tomorrow. As the winner of the match between India and West Indies will make it through to the semi-final. So what a match we have had. Swinging this way, swinging that way, and in the end Pakistan just about managing to get over the line, but it's not enough for them because they needed to win by a margin of 65 runs and they haven't managed to do that. So Pakistan have been eliminated from this tournament. If you look at the batting card of Sri Lanka, they lost Pathum Nissanka early, but Kamil Misara played a valuable cameo of 26 from 15 balls, and then Charita Salanka played a cameo of 25 from 18 balls as well. Pawan Ratnayake with a fantastic half century today, 58 from 37 balls. But it was their captain who received a lot of backlash after their defeat against New Zealand. Scored 76 from 31 balls, unbeaten on 76 from 31 balls. Almost pulled off one of the best run chases in T20 cricket history, just falling short in the end by a bare margin of 5 runs. And unfortunately, even for Pakistan, it's a night to forget because after an opening partnership of 176 runs, they just collapsed towards the end and could only muster 212 runs on the board at the loss of 8 wickets. So Pakistan will also not be happy with their performance because if they had gotten a little bit more runs, maybe they could have put more pressure on Sri Lanka for maybe 150 or 160 for New Zealand to qualify. But Pakistan couldn't do that. And even though Pakistan have won this match, they are not going to celebrate much. The pick of the bowlers though for Pakistan today was Abrar Ahmed with 3 for 23 in his 4 overs. Nazim Shah 1 for 36 in his 4 overs. Shaheen Shah Afridi 1 for 48 in his 4 overs. But the big surprise today was Usman Tariq, none for 43 in his 4 overs. He was surprisingly very expensive and didn't pick up a wicket today. Mohammad Nawaz bowled only 2 overs, 1 for 21. Shadab Khan again was taken to the cleaners. He bowled 2 overs for 33 and didn't pick up a wicket. So definitely Pakistan didn't have the best of days with the ball. But they'll be happy that at least they managed to sneak out. They managed to eke out a win towards the end. But it's not going to matter anyways because New Zealand have made it through to the semi-final. New Zealand fans can breathe easily now. And yeah, we have 3 semi-finalists confirmed. So tomorrow will be the last day of the Super 8 stage of this tournament. Zimbabwe will be taking on South Africa and India will be taking on West Indies. South Africa, Zimbabwe, of course, will not have much consequence because Zimbabwe have already been eliminated. South Africa have already qualified for the semi-final. But the biggest game tomorrow is India versus West Indies. A straight shootout between India and West Indies to see who makes it through as the 4th team in that group. So we'll be back again to cover both them. We'll be back again to cover tomorrow's matches in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. So until we come back again, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Take care guys. Cheers and good night.
like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.